Well, there you go. That's all it is. There you go. If you ain't got the gumption and the stones and the discipline to follow your plan, well, what are you doing?
It's not.
What are you doing?
It's never gonna work. It's just not gonna work. I don't get it.
It's not gonna work. You're not gonna be where you want to be because yeah, you gotta have a plan, especially now. And as you get older, you know what? When you're a teenager, I understand that you ain't got no plan. You're trying to figure stuff out. Even some part of your 20s.
My thing is, I think for the different age groups in life, you're not supposed to. And I think that's the thing that pisses me off with people when we have conversations about life. A teenager is not supposed to have shit figured out. They're a teenager. They number one, they can't do much of shit any fuck.
Anyway, I know what you're saying. I got you.
I get so mad. I know. I'm so passionate about kids.
I know because it's the fact you want them to do right. You want them to be successful. When it comes to
kids, a teenager does not know any more than what they have been told or shown.
No, they don't.
And to want them to have stuff figured out is like wanting an elephant to walk a tightrope. How? They can figure stuff out. They can, okay, I need to get up and clean my room. I need to go to school. They got basics down pat. But the huge responsibility of wanting them to figure out life at an age of a teenager is like,
it's a lot.
It's absurd to me. No different than somebody in their 20s, because the reality is when most kids go off to college, that's the push out the nest.
Yeah.
That's why kids can't have a car their first year of college. They can't bring their car with them, or they can't live off campus. They have to live in a dorm.
Yeah, you have to experience that.
Why that is set up that way, right? So that they can have these experiences and these growing pains and these learning curves and etc. So specific age groups, I don't hold them accountable to anything more than being a decent human being. If you are 30,
all right now, get it together,
and you ain't even figured something out, you are the problem.
If you ain't figure out a basic need,
you're the problem.
If you in your 30s or your 40s, and you figure out, you know what, I need to get a steady. I need some steady income.
Ain't nobody hating on you.
If you haven't figured that out,
you ain't got no bad luck.
Ain't nobody hating on you in your rap career, okay? I support your dream. Go for it.
I'm not knocking anybody's dreams on anything. I'm knocking the fact that people do not take accountability that it's you. If you have a job, I don't give a damn if you have a job making $10 an hour.
It's better than no dollars an hour.
You don't think you have to budget $10 an hour?
You got to budget that more. What do you mean? Because it ain't as much.
Jeff Bezos got a budget.
You got to budget more when you got less.
If people who have more money than they could ever spend in a lifetime have to budget, surely you have to budget too. And the reality is, people don't feel they have to budget. They feel entitled to live lifestyles that they want to live until the responsibility comes up, and then it's, oh, woe is me. You are your problem. Money is not going to solve your problem because the money you had, you squandered, you pissed it away, you didn't do what you were supposed to do. Common sense to me is paying my car note, making sure there's tires, a new set of tires on my car every so often that I need them, keeping up with the maintenance on my car, putting gas in my car. And you want to know the benefits of all of what I just said? I have a car
that I can drive.
It meets so many needs for me. If I need to get to work, if I need to go find a job, if I need to travel, if I need to go get groceries, if I need to go to the doctor, whatever, it's such a benefit. And I earned that because I did what I was supposed to do. I'm so sick of people not doing what they're supposed to do and then want to cry, woe is me. It's not woe is you. You are your problem. You suck. And when you suck, your life is going to suck. So if you don't want your life to suck, you got to stop sucking. You got to grow up and be responsible and realize that, you know, everything doesn't get to be what you want it to be. That's not life.
No, not all the time.
One of my lessons I learned as a kid, I couldn't always go to the ice cream truck.
Oh, yeah. We all learned that lesson. What you talking about?
If you look at my size now, you know I made up for that when I got my own coin. Which is a bad habit that I had to unlearn. I'm a snack maniac. I'm not let's be crystal clear about something. Your steak dinner, your lobster dinner is safe around me. But your cake,
See,
your cookies, your pie, your ice cream.
now see that
You don't want to turn your back. You don't want to turn your back. So I know what my issues are. So I'm not the person that makes excuses for my issues. The things that I'm responsible for, I take accountability for.
Yeah.
So I'm not that person. I don't know why I'm overweight. I know exactly why. I've been doing a 2-step with the Keebler.
Hey.
Me and Lil Debbie been hanging out every single day. Briars is fire. So I know what my issues are. You know, I cuss the gym out every time I go past. We beefing. We not friends. So I know what my issues are so I can hold myself accountable. But that's me, you know, holding me accountable. But yeah, I wish people stop listening to other people. Stop listening to people that get a microphone and post these videos and they sound positive and they sound uplifting, because at the end of the day, some of it really, I don't care who the person is. Good advice is good advice.
Yeah.
But good advice is bad advice when you don't take it.
Exactly. And
that's just common sense.
A lot of these gurus,
right? If I say don't stick your hand in the fire because you will get burned, and you turn around and you don't listen to that advice, which was good advice, and you stick your hand in the fire and get burned, well, good advice ends up being bad advice. See what I'm saying? If you'd have listened, you wouldn't have got burned. So I've grown weary. I wanted to use a nice color.
A word that describes it's colorful yet not a profanity.
I needed something colorful. I have grown weary of seeing people, especially people who have my lifestyle. So when I see people, I don't care what your age is, if you are single with no children and you are complaining about life in the way that I see people complaining about life, you are your problem. You cannot say, I'm not doing this because I have to think about the kid first, or I have to, you know, wait a little longer. No, you are your problem. And I see y'all living the lifestyle y'all want to live, but you don't have the coins to back it up. So either you're going to repeat this cycle for the rest of your life, or at some point you have to stop and say,
I do something different. And you do something different.
Right, and you do something different. If you don't have it in you, if you don't have the gumption or the determination or the drive to do something different, then be okay with what not doing something different, the consequences it brings. Yeah. It's going to bring you something. So be okay with that.
Yeah, and don't complain about them. Don't complain about the consequences that you've accepted. That's the thing. So,
because at a certain point, I'm starting to think y'all trying to play with people's mental health to make them think they just as cuckoo as you are.
No, I know I ain't crazy. That's the thing. I know I'm not.
You don't pay your car, no, they repo your car, and you want me to sit here and be mad with the repo man?
No, I'm not. He's doing his job.
You want to know what the repo man did?
His job.
His job.
Something you need to.
You want to know what you didn't do?
Not yours.
Your job. So it's like, I don't like delusional people. I don't like people who know. I'll tell you if I'm biased. I will tell you to your face if I'm biased. It's certain people that I'll tell you I'm biased. And if it's a situation where I want to be biased, I'll let you know. That means I know they wrong. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you I know they wrong, but I'm still gonna support them. That's you can't get no more honest than that.
Yeah, it's like I know that they're not the best person in the world, but you know what? I'm biased.
But rare is the case I do that, right?
Yeah.
So like with the teens, I'm pretty biased when it comes to the teens, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. Everybody who knows me knows that, right? But I hold them accountable for that stuff, right? But in certain circumstances, I might be a little biased, you know. And that's fair. If they get into a fight in school, you know, their parents might be like, "Oh, you shouldn't have been fighting." I'm biased.
Like, first of all, like, why were you fighting and did you win?
Why were
you fighting? Did you win?
Parents have a hard job, so I understand it. So, like I say, certain circumstances, I can tell you I can be honest with you and tell you I'm biased. But for the most part, I'm so over people who are their own problem. I'm so over it. I be over myself.
Yeah,
90% of the time.
And that's the thing about it though. When you are self-aware of that stuff, like, you know what, I know what I'm doing. I know I shouldn't have did that. I gotta do better. And you make the effort to do better. That's putting in the work. Again, what key word? Work. Mm-hmm. That's putting in the work.
I had stopped eating junk food for 2 months. 2 months straight. This was recently. And I got to that 2-month mark. And I did what my trainer used to always say, dude, why would you reward yourself for the one thing?
For the one thing that you're not supposed to eat.
Right?
Because it feels good. That's why.
Look, and in my mind, I can handle it. I can handle this one little Debbie cake.
One turns into the box.
And then we 2 months back into eat tonight's again. So you understand what I'm saying? I don't sit around and make excuses for that.
It's me.
What Jim Carrey said.
Did it.
What Jim Carrey
It
said. It was me.
I did it.
I am the culprit. I am the bandit.
And you know what? I have to accept the consequences for that.
What Scooby-Doo say? When you pull the mask off, it's typically somebody you know.
I'm always one under the mask. It's always me.
It's always me.
Always me. So I feel you on that, especially when it comes to the snacks. I mean,
and then it's like, that's another thing I realized too, and I think some people need to learn. When you see people, there are times when people really will be down on their luck, right?
Yeah.
And then, it's okay to be a blessing to them and help them, but then there are often times where you better not help them. They are sitting in exactly what God wants them to sit in.
Yeah.
Because they will not do better.
Yep.
And you do not need to cast your pearls among swine. Don't keep throwing away what God gave to you to other people. And I'm so guilty in that. I'm guilty, because I've been given and afforded so much, truth be told, if I can be honest. And I have thrown it away, if I'm being honest. Like, I have truly had it.
Yeah.
And so I'm learning now
to stop. This ain't for everybody. Yeah.
Right? To stop. Because people will see it on you. They will see.
Oh, they see it on you. They will take full advantage of it. Yeah.
They will see the happiness and the joy and the blessing on you. And they won't get up and go get their own. So I have learned to, going forward now, like, no. Because if I have to do the work, you have to do the work. Your life is your life. My life is my life. I'm not supplementing anybody else's life. I'm not supplementing anybody else's situations, because I've been there, done that.
Not doing no more.
And you got to just get yourself together. I ain't Bank of America, and I don't want to be Bank of America. I don't want to always, and I mean, that's from advice to money to just supporting a person in any way you can. After a certain while, it gets annoying to have to keep
doing that. Yeah,
doing that, and I hold myself accountable, because there's been sometimes I could have friends I could vent to, and I feel like I'm always venting to them, and I'm thinking, why are you? They don't want you to keep coming to them, venting to them. They want you to fix what the problem is. They genuinely care about you. They genuinely want you to get better or be better or have better, do better or whatever. So stop being that person. Stop, work on what you need to work on. And so, like I said, I've noticed with certain people in situations, they will see it on you and they will try to gravitate towards you, be near you, just the whole nine. And y'all really be out here taking advantage of good people that genuinely want the best for you.
Yeah.
I just wish a lot of people want the best for them, like
for themselves.
Other people want the best for you.
Yeah, I said I can't want better for you than you want for yourself.
Right.
Because that's not equal.
And then when people see you having better, they think that's an opportunity for you
to help them get their better.
But they don't really want better.
No, they just want what you have.
They just want to play in your face. They just want to take whatever resources you have for them and still sit in, excuse my language, shit. So, It's been so many people I've been told, especially younger people, because you're supposed to be a mentor. You're supposed to be wisdom to people that come behind you. You're supposed to be wisdom for any and everybody, truth be told, but especially for the people that are coming behind you. You're supposed to look like you have some common sense to these people because they're looking up to you. And just something simple as make sure you pay your car note. Make sure you pay your insurance so you don't lose your license, or make sure you keep your car. Just little stupid stuff. People don't listen. They don't care. They're gonna ride a benefit till there ain't a benefit no more, and then they're gonna want to stress you out.
Yeah,
because
the benefits stop
when everything's not going right. They want you to, and it's not that they're trying to stress you out. They literally want you to fix it.
Yeah, because they don't want to fix it.
They want you and your responsibility and all your stability to come and wave a wand and fix their irresponsibility. No, you need to fix being irresponsible.
Yeah, only thing that comes with only thing that fixes irresponsibility is being responsible. That's what fixes being irresponsible.
Like, one of my issues is coffee. I'm shout out to Starbucks, because Dunkin' could never. So my lifestyle, and I say that often, and you'll hear me say that plenty of times. My lifestyle makes me feel like I am entitled
to my Starbucks.
To go to Starbucks, right? And I work. I don't have children. It's just me. I'm my own responsibility. So in my mind,
I'm going to Starbucks.
I can do certain things. I'm afforded, right? Not just that I have the ability. I am afforded, meaning I can do this, right?
Yeah.
It's there. So I was talking with our cousin Kawandra one day. It was on the phone, and she working from home. She working from home, and we talking about. She asked me if I had Starbucks that day, and I said yeah. And she was like, "Didn't you have Starbucks yesterday?" And I said yeah. And so she started talking about, I went to Starbucks and I was trying to get this drink, and I got a mocha chocolate yaya, and I was adding all this. And if you go to Starbucks, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
you know what that means, right?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So then she was like, "How about my drink came up to almost $11?"
Sounds about right.
And she was like, and I realized I can't be drinking Starbucks like that. And that's why I'm gonna go every once in a while, because I'm listening to her like, what's the big deal?
That's an $11 drink.
And so I'm like, what's the big deal? She was like, did you not hear me say my drink almost came close to $11?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
yeah.
I couldn't see the forest through the trees. I'm like, well, what's the problem?
I'm like, you went there.
And so she was like, what do you mean what's the problem? I'm like, well, I go to Starbucks. She was like, well, how often do you go to Starbucks? I was like, well, every day. She was like, every day? I'm like, I mean, I work 5 days a week, so no less than 5. I'm going to Starbucks Monday through Friday. I'm going to Starbucks. And if I miss a day, then I'm going to make that day up. She said, wait a minute. You mean to tell me you go to Starbucks every day?
Yes.
And I said, yeah. And she's like, how much you spend at Starbucks every day? And I'm
enough.
Like, I don't know. $15. And she was like, do the math. Like, it got real deep. So, long story short, I realized that when I counted up, and I literally could go back to my Starbucks app. I was saying 2021, 2022, we won't talk about 2020. I was spending $1,500 to $2,000 on Starbucks alone just in a year.
You okay?
And I was like, it did not sound
that ain't that bad.
Crazy to me or unheard of, because I felt like,
oh, all right.
I wasn't counting the money. I was just living the experience.
Mm-hmm. I want the drink I want. I want the drink I want.
Listen. And then that's when I realized, like, you don't get to spend that kind of money on coffee a year. And I remember going through the drive-thru and telling the barista, like, I had to break up with them, and they started laughing, like, Miss, we gonna miss you. And I had to start curbing some of that spending on Starbucks. So I started getting a bag of coffee and making iced coffee at home.
Mm-hmm.
Now, while it wasn't the same, it was me being responsible to the fact that you can't just be out here drinking $1,500 to $2,000 worth of coffee a year. Your waistline don't like it. Your back, I could literally be taking that money every year and investing in it in something, doing something else with it, besides buying
Starbucks.
Pleasing my palate and making my waistline wider. So it'd be little things like that I think sometimes people don't self-regulate or stop to think and be like, I really could do something different. They want to feel entitled to continuously have what they want to have and have results that they're not actually working for.
Yeah. Like, again, it goes back to taking accountability and being disciplined in that.
Oh, discipline. He's a hard horse to ride.
It is.
Buck 'em.
It is.
Buck 'em.
I mean, it really is.
It's not the horse. The horse literally standing there like, just get on me.
The horse is like, I'm not moving. And then you're like, but come on.
What did you say, Jim? It was me.
It was me. It's majority of anything we do, it's us. Mm-hmm. Because guess what? We did it. Don't you really? We did it. I mean, I told myself this year, like, yo, I'm gonna work out every day for half hour. Do you know how many days I've done that this year, Taya?
Plenty.
What?
Plenty.
Plenty. Let me tell you this. The last time I went to the gym was December of 2022. Wow. I work out in the house, but it ain't nothing. It's nothing strenuous. I can tell you that now. Ain't nothing strenuous about it.
Something is something. I had started kickboxing a few months ago, and I enjoyed it. I was doing it. I was a bad man with jam. It's like little distractions always get me thrown off.
Yeah. And
so that's what I'm learning now is to prioritize my life, my actual life, me, myself, and I, and to stay the course. So that's what I have to work on.
Yeah, I just got to work on just actually. Once I get started, I'm good.
At least you're doing something in the house. Like here, we have a really nice gym here. We have a really, really nice gym. It's a 2-part gym, yoga room, really state-of-the-art, flat screens everywhere. So if you want to pull up like P90X or anything like that, you can, and do those workouts in the aerobic room. They have everything you can name in the gym. They just literally added a Stairmaster in there about a month ago. So I don't even want to make it seem like they have some little podunk gym.
It's it's late.
It's so official. And let me show you how official, so we can know who the problem is. This is how you get in your little key fob.
Oh, no, it's cute too. It's a cute key fob. It ain't even a big goofy looking one. Oh,
we have a pool, right?
What?
We have a pool. The pool literally just opened.
Yeah,
yes, I want to say Friday after.
Yeah, right before Memorial Day.
I've never stuck my foot in it. And pool is great exercise. So
it's
not. When I tell you, people really want to make it seem like woe is me. I can tell you,
it ain't.
This is why I live in accountability, because once I learn discipline and to really do the work, it'll be beneficial to me. I have a pool. I have an amazing gym and an amazing yoga room. I have everything I need. I just need to get myself in order to do what I need to do. So that's why I say most people want to make it seem like they, I be wanting to tell people, can you go ask your weed man for some money?
I mean, because you sure enough spending a lot on them.
I don't call Starbucks and ask them for money.
No.
I don't call anybody and ask them for money or certain things like that, because I'm accountable for myself if I do something or I know I'm not supposed to do, whatever the case may be. But I look at so many people and I see all the vices they have and the things that they love and enjoy, and I just be thinking, you made somebody else richer. Like, for example, I make Starbucks richer, right? Mm-hmm. And Starbucks
they don't need your money, but they'll gladly take it.
They're not responsible for my health, my finances, nothing. I'm responsible for that. So I can't be mad when it don't work out in my favor, but I also can't go to Starbucks and be like, hey, let me hold that $1,500 for it. They're not going to do that.
They're going to look at you like you done lost your mind. Get out. You trying to rob us. That's what's going to happen.
And that's how I feel. A person that I go to should react the same way to me. If I came to you and say, cousin, hey, let me hold $1,500, you should be like, why? No, I'm not going to let you. You had $1,500. You drank it. You ate it. Now beat it. So, no, we have to start being, and that's, it's hard to even find people to be around that find joy in being responsible. Like, I don't know too many people. The people that I do know that are truly responsible and, do what they're supposed to do, those are the people that I don't get to spend a lot of time with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we are too busy out here being responsible.
We're being responsible. What you mean? I can't kick it with you I can't kick with you every day. No, I got stuff to do.
But these irresponsible ones, boy,
they love hanging out. They always got something going on. I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm like, do you realize this is probably one of the reasons why
you are where you are?
You are, because you're sitting in an energy around a group of people sometimes that we're all bouncing the same type of excuses off of one another. Woe is me. Sometimes you got to sit by yourself and just take a good look at yourself and say,
Nah, it
I'm
ain't
the
no
problem.
Ain't no woe is me. It is me. It ain't no woe is me. It's
Right.
just me.
Right.
And you gotta do the work and fix yourself.
And then once you do the work and fix yourself, stay away from people who are not doing the work. All they want to do is pull you back down
To where
they are. They want to pull from your resources, your energy, your happiness, your joy, whatever. And they truly want to pull you back down to where they are. They're not trying to pull themselves up to where you are. They are trying to pull you back down to where they are. So that's a big deal. If people don't understand, it really is a big deal who you attach yourself to. Are we motivating each other?
Right.
Are we uplifting each other? Or are we just both sitting in
misery? Yeah, sitting in our squalor, complaining about the
squalor. We sit in the store together.
Yeah, and we just complain about
smell.
it. We complain about the smell and the ladder right there, and neither one of us want to climb it.
Right.
And so
that's why I tell people all the time, I hold myself accountable for my stuff.
Yeah.
It's my stuff.
Yeah, it's me. It's me. If I did it, it's me.
It's me. Right.
What was the song? It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. Yeah, it's me.
What's no, I got one. I gotta clean up what I messed up.
Yes.
Hey, look, I walk around singing that song often because when it's me,
man.
That's my favorite song to sing to myself. I gotta clean up
what I messed up. And sometimes though, it's hard hearing that it's you, and it's hard accepting that it's you.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to step away for a second, like then you come back. It was me.
What I love about the people that push me to be better is I see them always just doing the work, right?
Yeah.
Even if it can't be the way they want it to be right now, I still see them doing the work. Even when the times, it's a little bit rough, it's a little bit tight, it's a little bit whatever. And it truly makes them a better person. So those are the people I love being around and I love learning from and just being in their energy because because I'd be like, I don't got it. But responsible me knows I don't got it. But lifestyle me,
I got it.
I always got it.
100%. I always got it.
Always got it.
Responsible me has to look in the future.
Right. So
right now me, I want that Frosty now. I was like, you know what? I shouldn't have that.
So that's why I'm like, those are the people that I like being around now, who aren't always it feels like they're not moving at light speed. They're actually just living life. And so sometimes you can get caught up in if you're around a group of people who are doing really well and thriving and they moving and shaking, you feel the need to feel like
I gotta do more. Yeah.
It ain't even that you feel like you need to do more. I've seen people who feel like they need to prove to these people that they're moving and shaking and you're not. You are really in a situation that you need to be getting out of. And instead of you taking a step back saying, y'all go, have your fun, do what you do, you try to move and shake knowing
you ain't got it.
In a situation.
You ain't got it.
When you need to move and shake yourself right out the way.
Sometimes it's better to distance yourself.
Move and shake yourself right to the altar.
Mm-hmm.
Dear Lord.
It's me.
It's me again.
I'm back again. I'm back again. You know what I did.
Dear Lord. It's the remix.
Here we go. This part 3. All right. I know what I did. This song got how many chapters to it now?
It's the remix to I'm a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Dear Lord, it's the remix. I'm still a problem.
Right. This is Trapped in the Closet. Chapter what? We on chapter 48 right now?
Whoa.
But we ain't on none of that nonsense. Whoa. However,
we are not trapped in any closet.
No, ain't nobody in no closet bill.
Sir Kelly.
Hey.
Mr. R's. My God. My God.
I was never a fan. I was a person. I was never a fan of his anyway.
You got the voice, so
never.
While you on your vacation, I need you to sing every day. I gotta clean up,
bruh.
I messed up.
That's a whole. That is another thing. Cause my God in heaven, what
you sound like Tory Lane's dad. My God in heaven of Zion.
First of all, him and his dad need to stop drawing on hairlines. Okay, the both of them, both y'all are bald. Accept it.
They gotta clean up. What they drawing on?
They did it because, like, bro, Why do you draw a part in your head when you don't have hair?
Why not?
I don't.
Here's the reality. let's take a moment. Shout out to the men.
Oh,
If I know I have to draw my hair on, I might as well make it fancy.
but it looks ridiculous.
It's gonna look ridiculous either way I do it, so I might as well do it and look cool.
But it don't look
It's
cool.
Like, hey, look, you got a part.
I was like,
It's not
no.
a real part.
It was a look. Why does he have a part?
Look. Ooh.
All of this is drawn
Look.
on.
Look, you got a part. It's not a real part, but I get the vision.
We know what hair looks like, man. Okay, most people know what hair looks like.
First of all, shout out to the men, because this is a man sitting here going in on men.
You doggone right, I
drawing on
am.
hair.
Yes.
Like he hasn't seen these eyebrows that women been around here.
Oh, I
wearing,
get mad
and
at
these
I get mad at the
eyelashes.
commas on the eyes too. Yes, I absolutely do. Like, yo, you
Shout out to the men. Draw your hair on.
you draw your hair on. Then just know this: if you got a drawn on hairline,
because women gonna draw their expressions on every
they are
single day.
every single day. They're gonna do the have a surprise look on their face. Yes, they are. However, if you're gonna draw it on, know that I'm gonna have something to say about it. Okay, I am. Again, what I gotta say ain't gonna pertain to your life, whatever. I just think it looks ridiculous. Okay, that's just
I
my
want to
opinion.
give you credit for the effort of
for going
being
out,
creative.
for going outside, being
I
bold
want
with
to
their
give you. I
choices.
want to give you an effort for the creativity of drawing it apart.
I'm like, damn.
You could have just colored the whole head, but you say no. I'm
I'm
gonna get jiggy with it.
gonna go apart all
Right.
the way back here. What part is that, Taya?
It's showing creativity. It's
No,
showing technique. It's showing
Taya,
skill.
he put a part in his head like he had a style from his 50s.
Listen, not everybody can airbrush.
You know we've been talking for a half hour. We ain't even get started yet.
On nothing.
On
Just
nothing.
rambling.
So just rambling, talking
Just
about
rambling.
random stuff, but whatever.
I gotta clean up. But we messed. Go download that song. It'll do something for your spirit.
Yes, clean up what I messed up. Absolutely.
Whenever you need to feel like you need to be accountable, just play
There's
that
a
song.
clean up because guess what?
It'll make you feel better.
More than likely, it is you, and you do need to fix it. So do what you need to do to fix it. Ain't nothing wrong with fixing a problem you caused. Okay,
Just like Tory Lane's dad fixed that part.
He didn't fix that part at all.
First of all, shout out. I think it looked nice. Shout out to all the people spray painting their hair on and making themselves look presentable. Because, hey, gotta do what you gotta do.
It looks ridiculous.
We women are out here putting on all
kinds of accessories.
All kinds.
Yeah.
No.
All
no,
kinds of accessories.
no,
I'm talking about everything.
No. Not accessories. Sorcery.
It is witchcraft. Okay,
If we can. Now, I'm a girly girl. If you follow me and you see my profile pictures, I look nothing like I look right here. I can.
Oh, she glams it up
can
now.
paint a face
She
on.
glams it up.
I can paint a face on. But what I'm not gonna do is go buy a booty. I'm not gonna go buy armpits, and I'm not talking about like we're not talking about surgical procedures. That's not what I'm talking about. That's permanent. I'm talking about they are selling they're selling like girdles with butts in them, and you can buy like armpits. You can buy like
you can truly customize
you can
yourself.
do some things nowadays.
You are a creative character.
So that's why I said we got to leave the men alone, because the men been doing what they supposed to been doing for quite some time. And the minute the men do something that seems so odd, we jump down their throat. But the women, we have advanced.
Yeah, but you know why I'm gonna say something about drawing on hairlines and whatnot?
Because you're a man.
Because I'm a man. Yes.
I gotta respect it. I gotta respect it.
And women who get all the accessories done, you know what? It's your money. Do what you do.
It's like I'm gonna get you sucker when she
start detaching up everything.
She started taking up everything. It was like, my God.
Mm-hmm. You want to do that with your time and your money? Guess what?
I just think it's supposed to be fair. If we let the women do it, we gotta let the men do it.
Hey, Ty, men are getting abs cut in. They're getting muscles built on without having to work for it. Again, I think it's ridiculous.
It started with y'all. Yeah. Y'all are to blame.
100%. I'm not denying that.
Y'all like nice bodies. Shout out to nice bodies. I'm a chubby chick, so give me that fat boy. It's my preferable. But, I think the way the world is going, it's such a standard of everybody wanting to look, not just look good. You got people who are afraid of aging. Like, it's, you know, people are, one of my kids recently, we was doing like a Mother's Day thing, and they had a moment where they had finished and they were having lunch, and they were just sitting there talking, and shout out to my little muffin. He's 13. He's like, he got this little raspy voice, and he's so cute. And he says, "Miss Star, can I ask you a question?" And I say, "Yeah." And they're sitting there eating pizza, and I'm sitting behind them just talking to him, having random conversations. And he says, "Miss Star," he's like, "Miss Star, were you born during segregation?" Man, I almost slid out of the seat. I have not been, I've laughed all the way home. I laughed, I know, for 30 minutes straight. And the other kids jumping on him. "No, why would you ask Miss Star that way?" He's like, "But I see her gray hair." And I said, "Baby, that's a good assumption, you know, but no, honey, I'm not that old, but Miss Star up there, but I'm not that old."
I ain't that old.
But he asked the honest, you know, honest
because kids want to know.
Because he didn't know, and you know, and so that's why I'm like, it, you know, I just don't, you know, my lifestyle permits that I could have all the time in the world to, you know, but it's not my thing.
Yeah.
It's not my thing. I like me. And when I go in a casket, or in the cremature,
whatever it is,
you gonna get what's there. It ain't like I can get up and get dressed. So, you know,
Taya. Now, one thing I did see, I done seen some wild funerals. People have outfit changes of the corpse. I'm like, hold up.
Aretha Franklin did.
Yeah. You know what? Somebody like Aretha Franklin, I ain't got nothing to say about that. I ain't got nothing to say about that. But if you just a regular old person,
if it's just me, y'all know I'm on out here trying to be no
fashionista. I don't need 6 outfits on. Honestly, I don't need 1 outfit on. For real. I'm not here anymore. I'm gone.
Treat me like the Whopper. Flame broil me.
Just straight up. Just
run me through.
Run me through. Get it over with.
Like the wings at Pizza Hut. Run me through twice.
Run me through 2 times. Make sure ain't nothing else.
And sprinkle me wherever there gonna be kids so I can watch over them. Playgrounds, you know, schools. Sprinkle my ashes where I can be protective of the kids.
That's it.
I see a threat coming, I trip it up. You know? But yeah, I'm like,
Nah, I ain't doing all that. Well, y'all, welcome back. We've been talking for over half hour about just random stuff. That's what we do. All right, we cousins, we getting together, we chalking it up. So welcome back to another episode of Shut Up and Be Quiet. We talking over here because we literally are talking over here about some stuff. Me, my cousin, follow us on all our socials: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you can find podcasts and all your podcasting networks. So we done used up a lot of time just talking. So let's rapid fire these. Let's rapid fire these first set of topics, cousin. Woo! What would you rather do? Would you rather go camping out in the woods or go out into the woods but be in like a really nice RV camper? What would you like? Would you like to just, you know, have a tent where you gotta pitch it?
I just feel like, what's the difference? There's like,
okay, camping, you ain't got no running water.
No, that's not true.
I ain't talking about a stream. I'm talking about like a bathroom. No. I ain't talking about a porta potty either.
This is the misconception. This is the misconception people have with camping and glamping.
Mm-hmm.
And camping is camping. You go to a campground and you camp. Unless you going old school. If you go old school camping, meaning I'm going to walk out into the wilderness.
That's what I'm talking, old school camp. I ain't talking like to a campground. I'm talking old school.
And camp. And most people who do that are nomads. They don't, you know, that's not really what the average person is going to do. They're just not. But camping and glamping is 2 totally different things. So if you actually pull up to a campground, which shout out to campgrounds, I wish people learn more about those. You're going to see people in various different vehicles, RVs and fifth wheels and campers and tents, and people have their cars. They pull up in their trucks and minivans and cars, and they pop their tents up and stuff. And a campgrounds, most campgrounds have running water. You have running water at your campsite. They do have bathrooms and stuff like that. So it's such a good experience for people who really genuinely want to go camping. But I'm a city girl. I'm a city slicker.
Yeah.
You know, so when I say that, I've been born and raised. Let me take that back. Not the city girl terms that you guys use.
Not like that.
city girl. I was
I
born and
lived in the
raised
city, yeah.
in the city my entire life, so it's all that I know. So my first conception about, or I'm sorry, my first misconception about camping was I'm gonna be peeing in a hole.
Mm-hmm.
A werewolf gonna come and attack me. You know, I had a lot of misconceptions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we finally did go camping one time, and I was at a women's retreat and we went camping,
Mm-hmm.
it was nothing like that. It was so, I loved the experience because I mean, most people like nature. You know, most people, I get it. You don't like the bugs, you don't like the this and that. I get that. But for the most part, depending on where you're going, it's nothing like that. And so I enjoyed the camping. There was, you know, like I said, I had a misconception.
Mm-hmm.
There was only one thing that I proved that was wrong about camping.
What was that?
A friend of mine at the time put up a tent. She had bought a tent, her family's tent. She popped it up. She says, "You can sleep in my tent. It's a 12-person tent."
No.
It was 4 of us in there, my size. That 12-person tent went to a 4-person tent really quickly. So I hate when they say like on the package,
it can 12 people.
No,
Right.
12 normal size people. Because if there are 4 people my size, it's not gonna happen. And you know, so glamping, I feel like glamping. I've seen people do what they call glamping.
Mm-hmm.
They typically do those like in their backyards and stuff like that. It's that. Listen, if you can run up out your tent in your house, why you just didn't stay in the house?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's.
But if you go to a campground, like I promise you, the misconception about camping, and people be like, "How do people just go to a local campground you may have?" And you're gonna be like, "You mean to tell me I can bring my family out here and we can do this, and it's gonna be cost effective?" And you got swimming, it's so much stuff. So for me,
I never been to a campground that wasn't church related. Every time I went to campground, it was always church. It was never just to go camping. It was always campground service. That's what it was.
Those are wrong. Those are so wrong. It gives you the wrong.
Yeah, we just out in the woods. We're out in the woods on the tent in church.
Right.
That was it.
And that gives y'all such the wrong idea of camping, because you're gonna associate camping with that, and it's like this sucks.
100%.
But if you go to an actual campground, they have showers.
What?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I gotta be smelling like outside.
You can go take a shower. You can go use the bathroom and an actual toilet. You have your actual campsite has running water, so it's not like you gotta bring in water. It has running water. You can go to campsite. Some really nice campsites have cabins. People like being in nature, but also like the accommodations of home.
Yeah.
And so it gives you like a mishmash of both. So as I say, you know, I'm definitely team RV. Class A RV. Because I love tour buses and I love RVs. I think they're so fancy and they're so nice. And I noticed, I watch Extreme RVs. I think it's another RV show I watch. So many people are bucking the traditional homes.
And getting RVs,
yeah. Number one, because it gives them the ability to not be in one spot.
Yeah.
And to have their family with them, especially people who work and they have to travel a lot.
Right.
So yeah, y'all see me pulling up in a schoolie.
Hey, I'm down for that. I'm always down for that.
Cause these if they don't throw some rent control in here pretty soon.
Hey man, it is what it is.
And y'all see me pimping up out the back of the Equinox, just know.
Hey, I know what it is, but I ain't even mad at you. I ain't mad at you.
I follow a couple of people on YouTube that they live out their van or they live out their car. I follow a young man on Instagram. He's 23. He travels this whole country, and I think he's on like a Nissan or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's jumped out of planes, and he is living. He visits friends and families in different states. He's been in Niagara Falls and Florida, so it might not be for everybody. But like I said, with the way the homelessness and people can't afford rent like that, you'd be surprised what people do to make themselves happy.
Yeah, you know? And you know what? Although that does sound fun. Honestly, it sounds fun being able to go travel and see my family, my friends, and experience
And like I
experience
said,
life.
He's
You know
20,
what I mean?
he's 23, so he knows what he wants to do and things of that nature. So he travels now and do things that he should be doing at 23.
Yeah.
Versus trying to bust out and have a midlife crisis. Some stuff. I know you're gonna work. You're gonna work.
Yeah, you're gonna do. You have to.
So I enjoy watching his videos and stuff. And I follow an older gentleman on YouTube named Anthony. And he had a house, and his house went into foreclosure. And so this isn't the first time he has gone and living in his van or whatever. This is like the second time he's done it, but he loves it. So
Okay.
he loves it.
Well, hey, as long as they love it. Yeah. As for me, I need a bed. I don't care where I am. I need a bed. I can't sleep on the ground. I can't sleep in no sleeping bag. Doesn't work for me. I need a bed. So give me a campground with a cabin. I'm cool. If I gotta sleep outside, guess what? I ain't going.
This lower back.
I'm not going because I need a bed.
This lower back can't do a ground.
I cannot do ground. Nah, it don't work out. It does not work out.
I'm not in the physical capacity to do groundwork.
No, I'm not. I'm not trying to wake up and be sore because I laid on the ground.
Listen, if I can get up off the ground.
Listen, I'm not in my 20s anymore. That stuff hurts now. If I sit down too long in the wrong position, like I gotta make noises to get up. No, I'm not doing that.
I can drive to pick up groceries and come back, and this knee be stiff. I'd be like, come on, old chappy. Come on, old chappy, rubbing it. Come on, old chappy.
Yeah, I gotta give my joints and stuff a pep talk.
Been
No.
on 30 minutes.
That's
30 minutes. Like, I be ready to hook an IV up to these joints.
Ooh.
Get a little lubricated. But yeah, I truly wish people would, I said this summer I wanted to go do some camping, because I wanted to rent a Class A RV. And the only person that has agreed is my cousin Tanika. She lives in Georgia.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like, I ain't nobody going camping, and I'm like, it'll be fun.
No.
I'm trying to tell y'all, like, you can take everything that you want to take with you. You know, you can mix and match. But she's the only person that agreed to go with me. So I hope at some point she and I get to go on our camping adventure.
Oh man, see. I would do that. It's just who am I going?
Because like even with the RVs, when you rent the RVs, you rent them cheaper than you would rent a hotel room. You rent really nice RVs, $129 a night, because they pretty much rent them to you like you would like
a room, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And these are really nice RVs.
Talia, I'm really gonna have to look into that because I would love to do that.
I mean, imagine just like getting an RV and going to a beach, right?
Yeah.
But you don't have to worry about paying for hotels and accommodations because you already have that.
We got that already.
Right. And these RVs have showers.
Yeah.
And
I've seen some luxury RVs. Right. I'm like, hey, this is nice.
Right.
So I'm down for that. I'm always down for that.
Because, you know, the bougie queen inside of me walled off a story of me.
That's right. What you talking about? I want the best. For sure.
Call me Kevin McAllister.
That's right. I want everything.
And I will make no apologies. I like great accommodations. I like nice hotels. I like peace of mind.
Yeah, I like being comfortable where I'm at.
I like peace of mind.
I enjoy the comfort.
And it's a lot that goes into me having peace of mind. And comfort is one of the biggest ones.
Yes. If I'm not comfortable, guess what? If I know I can't be comfortable, if I feel slightly uncomfortable, I'm not having a good time.
Now, if you trying to take me like Alaskan bush people, I'm not digging a hole.
Hey.
I'm not about to eat no random deer you just shot. You don't even know that deer. You don't. That deer ain't been tested for nothing. I'm not eating that.
That dude just out in the street.
Like I admire that lifestyle, but I be tripping off of how I know I would react because you don't even know that deer. You went walking through the woods. You saw that deer. You shot him and brought him home and ate him. You don't know who he been with. You don't know who that deer been with. You don't know what set that deer from you. What if that deer got mad deer disease? You don't know.
Mad deer disease. Is that a
I'm not
thing?
eating that.
I don't know if that's a thing or not.
I need my meat to come through the store in a plastic package. And I know that sounds so bad, but
However, I know where I got it from.
Look, there goes some elks. Pow. You know, bust off and kill the elk. Now we eating elk burgers. I don't know that elk. I don't know where that elk come from.
Ty, you know how big animals are. They are huge.
I be watching them and they be hunting like certain seasons in Alaska. They can hunt like bear. They can hunt moose.
Things are gigantic.
Man, you can eat off a moose for 2 years.
Ty, moose are bigger than cars. They tower over cars and look at their car like, what's this? No, I'm cool.
That's why I want to take a cruise to Alaska.
I do too.
Everybody always wants to go to the warmer spots and all that. I really want, and it's not even about the necessarily cold. I just really want to see Alaska, and I would love to see it from a sailing perspective.
Yeah.
No Titanic though.
No.
But I would love to see go on an Alaska cruise because I just would love to see the animals.
Yeah, I do. The only part of me that wants to do the Alaska cruise that's a little colder is when they go past the glacier because I do want to see that before it actually melts all the way because it's melting.
I mean, it'll be better for me for my inflammation in my knees. I can just stand on the back and be like, oh. Who needs Advil?
I got a whole glacier right here. What you talking about? I can just sit on this. I'll be all right.
Talk about an ice pack. Like,
what?
It's good for my information. I'm trying to tell you. But I like, I want to go to Yellowstone.
I do too. Never been.
Because they have really nice cabins and things like that. Just like how we are right now. So you can go and you can do that, and then you can go and you can, see the animals. And that's just all I really, I'm so into animals now. I don't know what has gotten into me, but I love animals.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it at all.
My mama got me watching Wicked Tuna down. Now I be all
tired. Do you know I watch all them fishing shows because my wife Kay, she used to watch all that stuff. I mean, I'm wild fishing. My goodness,
a Wicked Tuna fan.
Wicked Tuna. I'm like, hey man, I wonder which team gonna win this time. Who gonna get the big haul this time? I'm like,
only tuna I know is Starkist.
That's right.
And I'm watching Wicked Tuna like I can relate.
These people are like fishing. I'm like, yo, how they get all these?
Episode last night, they had hooked the fish and the shark came and bit the tail off.
Well, all right.
I said, well,
all right.
I'd have stuck him too.
And first of all, I didn't know tunas can get that big. I'm like, what is
I know the tuna I'm eating ain't that kind of tuna.
I know the tuna I'm eating is in a can typically.
Right.
Or in somebody's salad that's already pre-made. However, I did not know that tuna can get that
they be some big ones.
I'm like, what is in the
and then
ocean?
you can only get one per day.
Yeah.
And you have to get it back in time. If you don't get it back in time, it don't count.
It don't count. I'm like, you got a time limit too?
I'm like,
I've been on this water for 3 days.
Because it's like, I'm the type of person, I feel like this. If the fishing season is 2 weeks, that means I can go out here every day, I can get 14 fish. Let me get my 14 fish in one day. Nope, you gotta do it every day. So I'm like, I get it.
Man, that's tough.
And now I know why tough. When I see people eating actual tuna, sushi or actual tuna, I know now why it costs so much money.
Exactly. When I saw how much the price of a tuna steak after watching that fishing show, I get it. I get it. I see.
You came off this. You didn't.
I see what you got to do to get this fish. Okay, fair enough. That's your price. That's your price. I'm not gonna pay it because I'm not a big seafood fan, but that's your price. That's a tuna.
That ain't a sardine.
No, exactly.
I crack a sardine can open quick. Little 99 cents. I said, man.
Ooh.
You ain't ate no tuna until you ate that real tuna.
Oh my Lord. That albacore tuna that's in water. Well, that's too fancy.
That ain't yet that yellowfin. That ain't that
ain't that yellowfin, dude.
You getting up there, but you ain't there yet.
You ain't there yet.
That wicked tuna, that's a whole different.
That's all. Them tuna steaks cost like $40 a pound. I'm like,
for tuna.
For tuna. For a fish. I'm cool on that. Because again, I don't like seafood like that, so that don't really make me no never mind.
I just feel like they got so much work to do to get it.
Because
I can go wrangle up a cow. That's easy. I see you, you see me. With that tuna.
What we gonna do?
You gotta work for that.
Tunas, they don't want to get out the water. What you mean? They be fighting.
Gotta work for that. I mean,
they be fighting, breaking lines, and some other stuff.
When that shark came past and ate that poor little tuna tail off, now how he gonna swim?
The fact that stuff in the water that eat the other stuff. I'm like, I'm just gonna take a nibble of this and keep it moving. I don't want the whole fish. I want a snack real quick. Look at the big tail off.
I wanted an orca to come out and eat that shark tail off so he could see how I feel to be in the water with no tail. Then what you would do?
All right, real quick though, I gotta ask you this, cousin. We're gonna skip over this topic. We'll come back to it another time. But real quick, you tell me this: Usher or Chris Brown? Who would you listen to more?
Just for my era, Usher.
I know from my era, Usher. It's just Usher. But even now, it's still Usher for me.
I mean, we didn't grow up. Chris Brown's not our Usher. He's another generation's Usher. He's their Chris Brown.
He is. It's something about, you know what I'm saying, Chris Brown, he dropped some music that I like, whatever.
And I don't think that him and Usher are alike at all. They
are totally different.
They both do R&B.
But totally different types.
They both do R&B, they both dance, they both give one hell of a show. But if you think about the music from when Usher started his music career up to now, and versus from when Chris started his career up until now, the music is so different. And it's just the expression and everything is different. So I hate when people compare the two of them.
Yeah.
Because you use the comparison that they both are male, they both are R&B, they both dance. But
right,
when you break down that catalog of music, when Usher put out, what's the name of the album?
Which one? Confessions.
Confessions.
Mm-hmm.
That whole Confessions told a whole story. Chris Brown has never put out a Confessions. No. You know, Usher was really going through some things and he put that in his music. And so that's why I say, you know, for me, when you listen to different albums or whatever, they tell a story. So I don't know that Chris Brown has released his Confessions yet. You know what I mean? So
I'm sure he has.
I think he got caught up in so much controversy coming out the gate with the whole Rihanna thing and that kind of, I don't want to say it put a pause on his career, but it kind of put a dampering on his brand or whatever. People weren't really trying to
really rock with it like that.
Right. So he had so much work to do to come through so many people that were, you know, had moved past the situation and was still trying to enjoy the music. And then you had people who were always just wanting to you know, make that an issue. And so sometimes it can get a little, the waters can get a little murky when you're releasing new music or whatever. But I think once Chris Brown came along and people from his peer group doing music, none of them have made Confessions. None of them have made albums.
Not like that.
I think they make music, but I don't think they make albums that tell a story.
Yeah. So yeah, Confessions, that was one of literally the first R&B album I've ever bought.
Right.
And I've ever bought and thoroughly enjoy. That's still to me one of the best R&B albums, period.
Right. And so that's why I say, like, Miseducational Lauryn Hill, like, we grew up in an era where artists had something to say and their albums had a feel and a purpose and why they released them. But I think music started to change around that era when Chris Brown and B2K and all those people were coming out, and they were just, I think it made music more exciting because I think Chris was doing things that it was like, whoa, you know,
who's this kid? Yeah,
right. Chris can rap, he can sing, he
doing backflips. I mean,
right. So it's music has started to just change, and it was fun. It was super fun.
Yeah, it was exciting.
And so I hate when people always try to mix the two of them together because I don't feel like they make the same kind of music. They make R&B, but
it's different types.
They make the best of their music.
They make the best of their type.
Chris Brown makes the best music for Chris Brown.
Right.
And Usher makes the best music for when I want you to know this is an Usher song. That's just how I feel about the two of them. How about you?
That's exactly how I feel too. I mean, it's like comparing Michael Jackson and Prince.
Right.
It's like comparing those two. They both tremendous artists in their own respect.
But neither one gave me the same thing.
Exactly.
Michael Jackson gave me Michael Jackson and Prince gave me Prince. And neither what's that stupid boy name?
Which one?
that you keep sending me videos on Instagram that was trying to be Michael Jackson back in the day?
Your good friend. Your good friend Corey Feldman.
Right. When he started trying to branch into music, now who thought it would be a great idea to make him dance like Mike, dress like Mike, sound like we know what you're doing?
Because first of all, I didn't know he even did.
You get what I'm saying?
I never knew he did.
So when he tells me that this industry did a lot to him, I believe him
100%.
Because when I see those old videos of him
something going on,
branching out into music, and the people that were leading him in music gave him no creativity, no nothing, but literally said we're gonna copy everything Michael Jackson does, from his style of clothing to his music. Why would you do that to him?
I don't know why.
So
I don't know why.
Like I said, when I see music now, I don't know that there is any music that Chris Brown makes that reminds me of Usher, except for maybe his first 2 albums. There's never a right time. That would make me think more of Usher.
It reminds me of, right? It definitely reminds me of Usher's first album, Usher. It reminds me of that, when Usher was young.
When you, even his first 2 albums, I could compare them more to Usher, because he was young and he was just, people
were both young.
People would create music for him, and there was all these love songs. But when Chris got his wings and he was able to make his own music and have his own style, he has a right to say,
what was that?
Nobody can I don't think nobody can compete with me, because Chris Brown really was making very specific type of music that even his peers couldn't duplicate.
Yeah.
And that's why I say he's his own Usher of his own time. Like, nobody's touching that kid.
No.
But I would say his first, when he first came out with his albums, and in his younger years, you can compare that. You can line that up to some Usher stuff, because it sounds the same. Because some of the same writers and some of the same producers. But,
exactly. But as they've both gotten older, they've done that.
Chris has done a whole lot for just making, like he was saying recently when he dropped his new music, he was like, it won't be like 30 songs, and it won't just be a bunch of music. It's gonna really be
specific.
But remember, I just said Usher gave us Confessions.
Usher
gave us My Way. I mean, not My Way. I'll think of it, but they were giving us a story, a feel to this whole album. It wasn't just I'm making, Usher. These artists have probably thousands of songs that they have never released, and they made. We found out, that song Mario did, it was originally written for Usher. You know what I'm saying?
Like, what?
But you find out songs get swapped out.
Mm-hmm.
They record so much material, they never even release it. So that's why I say, I'm used to artists. I came up in an era where artists made albums and they had a feel to them, and it wasn't so much about how it is nowadays. Everything got to be a bop. Everything got to be a hit. And the music has no story. It's no pulse behind it.
Yeah, it got to be on TikTok.
But like Miss Education on Lauryn Hill, she did her one and done with that.
She did her one and done, and still eating off of that album. Still eating off of it.
So much of her into that album and what she was going through and what she was trying to express. And that's what I think a lot of nowadays, that these artists don't really get an opportunity to do, because you got to realize these labels are forcing them to make hits.
You got to make bubblegum hits.
They don't
care
put them out. That you have something you're going through and you're trying to express it. And that's why you see a lot of these artists rebelling and doing their own thing now, which I love.
Yeah.
And I love the creativity in the music, but I miss the days where people were giving us solid albums that had a purpose and told a story.
And you can listen to years later and it still hit. Because Confessions still hit. For me, even Usher's 8701 still hit.
Well, it's a song on there that Usher wrote about me.
What song, Taya? I know Superstar. I know
you were going to make me say it? You were going to make me say it? My cousin Chano, she said she's married to my cousin Clack, and I put something on Facebook recently, and I said it was like, what's on your bucket list? And I think she said to meet Usher, and I said, could you imagine us meeting Usher together? Like, I could see her meeting Usher and being like a total fangirl, and like, oh my God, Usher, I'm so happy to meet you. I'm one of your biggest fans. But I could see me in the background singing Superstar.
Yeah.
And then he looking like, She's professing his love for me as a fan,
And you
and
singing
then
a
this
song.
girl in the background singing super.
Like, why are you singing? What you singing about? Because you wrote that song for me. That's why you wrote it for me.
So,
Of course you don't know me, but you still wrote it for me.
right. I be telling when Prince wrote "Baby I'm a Star," I don't even think I was born.
Still for me. What are you
But
talking about?
he was happy to create me, you know. I swear, any song with the word "star" in it, you can. I'm like, that's
my
theme
song. You wrote it for me.
When I did listen, if it got star in it,
It's hers.
when Bruno Mars.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what's that? What's his song? You're my shining star. And that ain't even the name of the song.
That's just in the hook.
But it's in the hook, and everybody love it, and I be like, Bruno.
Like, you shouldn't have.
You were thinking of me because I was thinking of you.
Aren't you sweet?
A mess.
Oh, that's how you crack me
I'm
up.
trying to tell you, listen.
Woo. Well, y'all, this has been a fun one as always.
Biggity.
Hey,
Kids
y'all.
not eat. Shout out to Lil Scrappy.
Ty,
For Shizzle.
you don't know how
Shout
many.
out to Snoop.
Hold on, before we end this, you don't know how many references I had to Lil Scrappy just yesterday.
I love Lil Scrappy.
My son literally said, I said, okay, go do this. He said, okay, KK. I was like, me and my wife, we both looked at each other.
First of all,
We both instantly looked at each other. Are we in our clubbing days? What is happening here? What we want to 8-town stomp
let's
something?
be crystal clear. Scrappy has done so much for the culture.
What you talking about, man?
You know, get out my business, not eat.
You
know, we ain't gonna play. If it's one thing we ain't finna do, is play on Lil Scrappy top.
Hey man, I'm a Scrappy fan. I bought him and Trillville's duo
Right.
album. I bought it the day it drops.
We gonna give credit for everybody who dropped something into
Yes.
this culture. And you know, whenever you get in a situation, you might gotta pull a little scrap out you.
Ty, I'm telling you, when I used to do my karate competitions and stuff, you know what I used to play, right? I used to play this rigorously before I would go compete. I'll give you a couple seconds before I tell you. What was one of the first songs Scrappy came out with?
You don't want no problem.
I would play that after this one. What's the first one he came out with?
Get on my level?
No, I would play that after You Don't Want No Problems. Seriously, it was in that order.
Scrappy, you got him through.
He got me through, but we some head busters.
Oh,
That was the first one I played. We'll knock a hater out. We some head busters. Yeah, well, you got that right. Okay, let's get in the mode.
Shout out to Bone Crusher.
Cause I ain't never scared. What you?
I just wanted to touch him. I won't never scared either, Bone Crusher. You little chubby, yellow, fine self. So you outside of the club and they think you a punk. So you go to your heavy Chevy and pop the trunk. Well, I will be there to meet you. Sir Bone Crusher. I had a, listen, I like them chubby ones.
Oh,
Give me the chubby ones. I had a thing for Bone Crusher.
oh my goodness gracious.
37 Fit Man can walk right through this room.
Don't care nothing
And
about
I'm going to look at every one of them.
Don't care nothing about him.
Because that's the perv in me, probably. I like men. I appreciate men so much. I'm going to look at all 36 of you. But if number 37 come through and he got a dad bod, beer gut, man boobs, I love you. Immediately. How can I help you today? Do you need a cold beverage? No, I like big men. I just, it's something about them. It's something about them.
And y'all, on that note, we gotta wrap this up.
Wrap it up.
Because I was not prepared for any of this. You got tears in my eyes, Ty.
sorry.
You do realize that. You got
Y'all
literal
know I
tears in my
love
eyes.
the chunky man.
Oh my God.
Let's stand beside each other and look like double zeros. Let's do it. I don't want to look like a 10 or a 1. I want to look like 0, 0. Let's do it, my love.
Well, everyone, this has been another episode of our podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe to wherever podcasts are and all that stuff.
Please
if
do.
I put the link in the description box, I did it. If I didn't, I didn't. So there's that. Peace, y'all. We can catch y'all on the next one. I don't even know what to say.